The Tunnel of Love is the penultimate Doris Day film that I had to watch. After this, I just have one more of her films to watch, which is a little bit upsetting because I don't want them to end. But as far as being a penultimate film goes, I was pretty pleased with this film. It was released in 1958, directed by Gene Kelly, and stars Doris Day and Richard Widmark. And I will say it's not the most perfect film ever, but generally I found it comforting, enjoyable, and there were a few little unexpected plot things that kind of, kept me engaged for the most part. I'll read the description from IMDb, as I think this describes it really well. And this says, a series of misunderstandings leaves a married man believing he has impregnated the owner of an adoption agency and that she will be his and his wife's surrogate. This is about Isolde and Augie, Poole, Doris Day and Richard Widmark, and they are trying to adopt a child. And as that description said, Augie believes that he has done something pretty bad to betray his wife and that they may end up getting a child, but it's very possible that the child is actually his, even though they can't have children, which is, that kind of makes him feel a double-edged sword there. And a lot of the plot is about Isolde being very excited about, the potential of getting a child. And for Augie, it's very much about his deep anxiety. And a lot of the time they have a very contrasting approach to life, to situations, because they're going through very different emotional experiences when they're communicating with these adoption agencies. And Estelle Novick, the representative of the adoption agency, played by Scala, I really liked her character in this. I think she was, there was something about her that was very homely, but also very seductive, but not her fault. And Augie's reactions to her I thought were really great. This is very much a character-driven film for me, and watching how Augie reacts to things. And I'm not going to say that I prefer Augie to Isolde. That's not necessarily the case, but it's very rare that I would be drawn more to a character who isn't Doris Day's character than Doris Day herself. And I just think he's a really prominent driving force in his reactions and overreactions and panicking. It's really entertaining and really engaging, and you want the best for him because you want the best for his family, but at the same time he's done wrong, and it's a constant battle with emotions, trying to work out whether you should feel sorry for him or if you think he should just leave. And it's absolutely brilliant, really, really unclear with the direction it's taking as well. I won't say how it ends, but I will say that it's not the ending I was expecting. There is a little bit of dramatic irony, there are things that we know that they don't, but for the most part it's a pretty enjoyable ride, a roller coaster ride really. There was a bit in the middle, maybe kind of the last third, where I just felt it started to drag a little bit and the narrative wasn't really going anywhere, it wasn't moving forward at all, and I did worry that it just wasn't going to be, that interesting going forward. But it picked up pace again, the narrative kind of became juicy almost, and I really wanted to know what happened. I was really kind of motivated to find out what the characters' outcomes would be, whether or not they'd get the baby and whose baby it actually was. Really good, really liked it. As I said, not the best, but as far as being the second last for films, I'm currently going out on a high. And of course it's one that I'm very happy to recommend. If you haven't seen it and you like Doris Day, absolutely watch it. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. I'll probably watch it again at some point in the future, but I'm not champing at the bit to watch it straight away. But, all things considered, The Tunnel of Love is pretty good.